Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Flat Earth Sage, here again. Coming at you with another discussion. So, I'm pretty pissed off right now. And I'll tell you why. So, not too long ago, we had the first stimulus check pass. And people got their $1,200. A lot of happy people that they got that money. Um, a lot of people like me who are in similar situations as me, um, who've lost their jobs. People aren't able to put food on their table anymore. So when they got that money, that was that was like exactly what they needed. And they were able to pay the rent. They were able to put food on their table. Um, and now some time's passed, and for most of us have already spent that money. Um, and this whole Corona COVID bullshit is still going on. And I just want to say, whether you believe wholeheartedly that that Corona is a genuine threat, or whether you're like me and many other truthers who think it's complete and total bullshit, um, either way, we're still in a difficult situation, no matter what you believe. Um, you know, and so times are tough. People are having trouble making ends meet, all because of the government. You have the government to thank you for not having a job anymore. You have the government to thank you for 6 feet distancing. You have the government to thank for um, not being able to dine in. Um, all these issues are issues that the government itself created for their people. And I've been hearing a lot of people talking about the second wave of stimulus. And I've heard a couple people already say that this is going to pass. We don't know when we're going to get it, but we're getting it. And I would love to be saying that too, but I think it's a little too early to be saying that. And the reason I say that is because it's past the how the right now it's already past the House. A $3 trillion stimulus is already passed the House. However, this is the part that gets me. It has to go to the Senate. And guys, I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat, okay? I listen to whoever has the people's best interest at heart. Um, and whoever makes the most logos, whoever makes the most sense, and whoever has, like I said, the people's best interest at heart. I know I'm going to get some flack for this. Just remember, I'm not a Republican, not a Democrat. I support neither one. However, I will say that I think Nancy Pelosi's been doing a good job, you know, trying to push this second stimulus. And I don't like Nancy Pelosi. I don't I don't like any of those people at all. But but she, like a lot of the Republicans, believes that the American people need this money to survive, and she's absolutely right. 100% absolutely right. We're in a tough time, and like I said earlier, people need to be able to put food on their table to feed their families. You know, people need to pay bills. I mean, take me for example. Since I lost my job, I don't even know how to cover my power bill, guys. I'll be completely honest. Don't know how to cover my power bill. My Wi-Fi bill is outrageous. I'm not going to even tell you guys the amount of money my Wi-Fi bill cost. You know, I live in an apartment. The rental office is being very, very lenient with everyone here and only taking partial payments, which I'm fortunate for. So we're paying little by little each time. But still, I mean, bills piling up, you know. If I had my job right now, I'd be able to take care of them, no problem. But because I don't have my job, I can't take care of anything. And right now, I'm worried that my power's going to get cut off. You know? And the thing that pisses me off the most is now they're sending this, about to send, either it's in the process of, or they're about to send it to Senate. Either way, the people that I have a big problem with right now, and it's not all these people at all. Let me just reiterate this. But the people I have a problem with are the Republicans in Senate. And why do I have a problem with them? Because they think we don't deserve the money. They think it's okay to take away our jobs so we're broken, penniless, and homeless, and then not give us any sort of relief. Here's my stance. If you're going to keep us through this fucking nonsense, you better be fucking paying us every month. Because if you don't, a few things are going to happen. Number one, the unemployment rate is going to skyrocket. Number two, well, let me rephrase that. Not the unemployment rate, but the homeless rate for Americans is going to skyrocket. Because they can't pay their bills. Another thing too, guys, to definitely keep in mind is that when times get desperate for people, they will literally do anything they can. Anything they can to feed themselves or their families. And, you know, the Republicans are saying we don't need the money because it's going to give us an incentive not to work. Guys, I really want to work. I really do. I want to go back to my job. I want to go back to making money and getting hours so I can take care of these bills that I need to take care of. Look, it's not my fault I lost my job, and it's not anybody else's fault they lost their job. It's the bullshit that the government's put us through. And now that this shit's hit the fan, they want us to suffer more? And my whole thing is it's going to give us an incentive not to work. Well, if you lost your job and there's really no places hiring, especially around the area I am, the only place that may be hiring is Walmart. But first off, you got to take a couple things into account. There's probably other places hiring, but the places that are hiring are not going to give you guys hours. You're not going to get hours because everyone's trying to apply at those places. Because 1 in 5 Americans have filed for unemployment. So what do you think the chances are on you getting, yes, the chance of you getting hired might be strong, but the chance of you getting hours and making decent money, no. It's not going to be likely that you get hours and get money. So with that being the case, We need this relief package. Because here's one thing that really pisses me off. The government has no problem bailing out multi-billion-dollar banks. And they have no problem bailing out businesses and banks. But bailing out the American people themselves, which you people who work in the government work for us. And you're going to put us through this and then be like, okay, you guys can go ahead and suffer now. Oh, you can't put food on your table? Well, I don't know, man. You're going to have to rob a bank or something because, you know, we don't feel comfortable giving you stimulus checks because we're Republicans and we have to be all up in our boomer Republican values. It's that principle that Republicans don't think anybody should get handouts, but they're okay with huge businesses getting bailouts, which doesn't make any sense. It makes all of them absolute fucking hypocrites. The last thing I'm going to say here, because I'm going to need to calm down in a second, because I'm starting to get really worked up. The last thing I'm going to say is Senate, especially Republicans in the Senate, y'all better do the right thing. Y'all better make the right choice. Because if you turn down this bill, I guarantee you are going to have massive problems from the general population. Just ask yourself, do you think people would be cool with getting swindled out of money that can help them and their family? No. They're going to come at you guys with torches and pitchforks. So if none of you people in Senate want that, if you don't want the entire country to hate you, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Pass this bill. You want to stop giving handouts to the citizens? Take us out of this bullshit coronavirus pandemic nonsense. And let us go back to work. If not, keep sending us the checks. Because the American people need it. And I honestly feel really so bad for all these people out here who are suffering, who don't know, you know what I mean? Who don't know how to make ends meet. It's bullshit, and they shouldn't have to go through that. But if they are going through that, the government needs to reimburse them. Either you need to give us the stimulus checks, or you need to accept every single American who files for unemployment. Because if not, you're going to have a war on your hands. A war involving the American people. And as that one alleged police officer said, you're going to be waking a sleeping giant. And he's right. If you guys don't make the right decisions, you're going to be wake a sleeping giant for real. The very last thing I want to say is we're in a state of emergency. Now is no time to bring up Democratic values or Republican values. Now is the time to act and help the people you're sworn to protect and serve. If you don't want to do that, you have no business being in government at all. And no matter what, the American people will rise up and they'll do what they need to do to have action and change. This country was founded on the principle of fighting tyrants and fighting an oppressive government. And we've got to get back to that. And if you estimate that this nonsense is going to go on for much longer, then you're not going to have a choice but to pass this. And it is good that the first stimulus passed both, no problem. But it's important that we don't get our hopes up, guys. Seriously. Okay? If this doesn't go through, even if it does go through, start growing your own food so you can at least feed your family. Anything else doesn't even matter. Okay? The primary focus is you taking care of yourself and your family. So no matter what happens with this bill, I hope they make the right choice, because you're going to see massive protest at the White House if this doesn't happen. And it could very potentially get violent. And I don't want either side to get hurt. I don't want the American citizens getting hurt, and I don't want the people in these government to get hurt. But if you don't pass this, that's what's going to happen. I can promise you that. I can promise you the American public will not be cool with this. So, I'm hoping that a decent amount of people will see this video and will listen to what I'm saying and be fired up enough to spread this video to other people, so we get a chain reaction going. Because once enough people join that chain reaction, it's going to make it that much difficult for these bastards in Senate. So, this is a message to the government, to Senate, House of Representatives. You guys did good. Very proud of you guys passing it. Now, Senate, this entire video message is to you guys. And I doubt that anyone from Senate would possibly see this video. But on the off chance that they did, if they did, it could, maybe they'll see that and it'll strike a chord with them and they'll be like, you know what? That makes sense. And he goes and shares this information with his other Republican buddies, or co-workers, or whatever you want to call them. Other Senate members, I guess. But the fact of the matter is, guys, we do need this. And Republicans, it's time for you to set at least that one value that you have aside. It's time we help people, not hurt people. And I never wanted to apply for unemployment. I never wanted to receive government assistance to help me with any bills or anything. But we're in crazy times. And I'm hoping that bill passes the Senate. Because if not, there's going to be a lot of people who are screwed. So hopefully you guys watch this video. Please try to share it with other people that you know, to at the very least get the cogs in their brain spinning. You know what I mean? Anyways, guys, I'm going to end this video before I get too much more fired up. And I hope everyone's doing well right now. I love all you. Peace, guys.